So we're back.
We are back, and we are back in studio here.
Right.
And as we await the phone call from Jody Connacher from the Lingerie Fighting Championships.
That's right. You know, hopefully sometime we're going to have to get her in studio, right? And have her square off against Buddha. What do you think, dude? We'll put him in salon. We'll put him in lingerie, too.
Are you trying to scare her?
No.
Not only get my ass
Listen,
kicked,
yes, we are trying to scare her.
her.
We're looking for any advantage we can because, face, dude, she's going to kick your ass, dude. So we're trying to look for any way to...
Hey, I know that for a fact, but the minute she sees me, she's going to kick my ass and run.
So I'm interested. I got a million questions for Jody about the Lingerie Fighting Championships. That's kind of cool. I do, you know.
And if you want to check that out, you can go to lingerie.fc.com.
Nice.
And they got all the information on how you can, view the fights, and all the fighters' profiles are up there.
Right, cool.
And they got some cool nicknames for their fighters, too.
Yeah?
They got Suzanne Hawaiian Punch Nakata.
Hawaiian Punch, yeah.
They got Michelle the Scrapper Blanchard.
The Scrapper.
They got Tara Guillotine Gaddy.
Guillotine!
I like that one.
Yeah.
They got Sarah Double D. I wonder why she says Sarah Double D. We have to ask Jody why she's Double D.
Domination and destruction. How's that, dude?
There you go.
We got Jody the Conquering Angel Connacher.
Nice, the Conquering Angel. Nice.
But she's 0-3, though. So she needs to get a win.
Maybe she needs us in her corner. Anarchy Radio, you are on the air. Hello there.
Hi, is this Mark?
This is Mark and Jason, and you're live on the air. This must be Jody.
This is indeed.
Nice, the Conquering Angel. Oh, we've got 1,001 questions for you.
Jody's originally from Spokane, Washington, which is a nice little Northwest tie-in here.
Right, yeah.
And besides being an LFC fighter,
yes,
she's also what I call a fitness guru.
A guru,
And so, Jody, before we get into your fitness stuff, tell us about the LFC. How'd you get started?
Yeah.
And when are you going to get a win? Because we got some Anarchy karma for you.
Yes.
It's time for you to get in there and knock someone out.
Well, you guys will have to stay tuned and tune into the show that's on there, and you can see what actually happens.
So, Jody, how is Hawaii? I know you're calling us from Hawaii, and we're jealous. How is Hawaii?
Hawaii is so beautiful. I'm in Waikiki right now. Just really enjoying our time. Cocktails are flowing very moderately, not too much. Enjoying the beach. We went out on the boat, saw dolphins, fish, turtles. You name it, we've pretty much done it so far while we've been here. It's been amazing.
Have you had a chance to put on the Anarchy Radio T-shirt and walk around the beaches with the ladies' tea on?
It's actually been too hot to even wear a T-shirt. I've been walking around in my swimsuit and a skirt every day, to be completely honest.
Well, we have a guy here, too, called the Buddha, and he likes to do that, too, except the restraining orders are really piling up, so we have to kind of watch our P's and Q's. Right.
I'm sure he's a good guy. He'd probably look good in that shirt or some top.
Oh, you have a great sense of humor, Jody.
So let's get into Let's get into Jody's history.
Yes.
I know back in the day, not too long ago, because she's a relatively young lady.
Yeah.
She was Miss. You were in the Miss Washington USA pageant, right?
Wow. I got third. So second runner-up. I competed in 2008, which right now it seems like an eternity ago, but it wasn't too long ago, I guess.
Right. So let me ask you this question: how did you fall into the Lingerie Fighting Championships?
That's a great question. Well, I live in Las Vegas, and just through the grapevine, it's actually a very small city once you live there. A lot of people know a lot of people, and social marketing, social network, all of that good stuff is huge. And Ronnie Taylor actually reached out to me out of the blue and asked me about it. And at first, I told her, no, I will not do it. Thank you, but it's not for me. And she talked to me a little more about it, asked me what my objections were. And my main objection was, and even though this sounds silly when I say it out loud, is that I didn't want to be viewed as a piece of meat. That really is my biggest thing. So with LFC, it was a very tough decision for me, but I agreed to do it. My aspiration since being a little girl was to get into the acting and modeling industry, and I always would go towards it and then pull away from it, thinking that it wasn't for me. And I just decided to do something that I would normally never do, that is outside of my character. and I took a leap of faith, and it was a really great experience. A lot of fun, a lot of intense butt whooping, but no regrets.
Yeah, she talks about being a small girl.
Okay.
She's 5'6", 109 pounds.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's pretty small. Like, are you the smallest of all the LFC fighters?
Actually, no, I'm not. Surprisingly, you'd think I was by the stats. A couple of the girls were smaller than me. Suzanne Nikita, she is tiny. She's tiny. I mean, if you put us in the same pair of clothes, my pants would fall off of her. She's tiny, and she's man, that girl is fierce. She is good in the ring.
So how much in the ring? Like, is it all, do you have to, I mean, I'm assuming you never did any sort of fighting before you decided to join the LFC. I mean, do they train you? Is there a program they put you through and teach you certain ways to protect yourself, to inflict bodily harm? I mean, does it get really vicious in there in the octagon?
I love those questions. Yes, we did have training. So Eric, our coach, he is actually has a wrestling background, so he knows a lot about how to defend, how to fight. He knows the game very well, and so he taught us a lot of it. And then Jason, the other coach, he helped coach both of us, both of the teams, because we were in the same ring. And so yes, while we had different teams, we still had coaching from both sides because they both had their strengths, and so they taught us the protective techniques, but also takedown techniques, and really how to get in there and have that combat with each other, but at the same time, try to save our face and keep it pretty.
For our listeners out there, where can they go to watch the LFC? I mean, do they go to the website? Where is it available?
If you get on Facebook, you can go to our fan page, Lingerie Fighting Championships. If you go onto the LFC on Facebook, they'll have a lot of plugs on there on where you can view into it. It's on, I think, about 101 different channels, and so it's in everyone's city. And I know you guys can all plug in from there. In Hawaii, I could plug into it here. So it's an on-demand thing. You will have to purchase it to watch it, but I don't think it's very much, and it's worth it.
Yeah, you can also go up to the Anarchy radio page, and we have it linked up already there too. So
that's been better.
Yeah, LFC 18. How often do they do the events? Once a month? Because I noticed they're already up to LFC 18, leather versus lace.
Ooh.
How often do they do the events?
It really just depends on the pull for it. It depends on how many people want to see it. Is when we will continue to compete. So if it's wanted, then that's an order. We'll get in there and we'll train. We'll get ready for a fight, and we'll do it. If there's not a lot of ratings, then it's not going to go as much. So that's why we really want to keep our ratings up. We have a lot of fun doing this. As intense as it is, it's a lot of fun along the way.
Have you been injured yet? I mean, has bad things happened to you in a loss?
Mm-hmm.
Have you been hurt?
Even though I might look small, I will tell you I'm made of steel. So no, a couple bumps and bruises, but I'm a tough girl. I don't really like to show pain. I'm pretty good at protecting myself. The girls are pretty good at, just being respectful of each other at the same time, putting on a good show at the same time, kicking each other's butt, but in a respectful way. That's really what the game is about.
Now, Jody, are there ever any wardrobe malfunctions when the ladies are fighting? I had to ask.
Now, what would you think to that one?
Oh,
I think I'm getting up to the LFC fight, and I'm going to order.
I can guarantee you, things slip out, things happen that you wouldn't.
Things slip out.
Guys would be happy about it. Us girls, we were pulling and tugging and catching and
guys are at home pulling and tugging.
Yes, that's exactly it.
I was talking to a guy from the LFC who directed me to Jody. Yeah, I think this is an incredible idea.
Okay.
I mean, I think it's great entertainment.
Yeah.
And I think it's a novel concept.
Yeah.
It's an original idea.
Right.
I think they should go on the road.
Right.
I'm thinking they should come to Portland. I know right now they just stay in Vegas and do everything there.
Right.
But I promise you, if they went to some place like the Roseland Theater,
and
they would pack the place.
I'm thinking so too. Yeah, because it definitely has a very bankable and sellable
Sure. I mean, you get really hot women beating each other up. I mean, how do you not sell that?
Right. So, okay, Jody, let me ask you this question, okay? Did you ever have that moment like when you first got into the octagon for your very first match? And I know you probably got in and you're a little nervous, but is there that one time like you start scrapping where you had that one magic moment when you asked yourself, what the hell am I doing here?
Well, I'm going to let you know it wasn't more than just one time where I had that magic moment. It was multiple times. I mean, I remember my first fight, all I could think about was, what the hell was I thinking saying yes to Robbie? I mean, I almost wanted to get out of the ring and go fight her and tell her, what were you thinking convincing me to do this?
Right.
And just with anything, it's that stage fright. It's that, what am I doing? And it's so uncomfortable. And it was like, am I really doing this? And then it turned into, yeah, I am. And I've got the confidence to do it. And I'm totally in.
Right, because you're probably like, hey, this isn't like it's on TV. Ow, that hurt, Oh, shit, that hurt.
Absolutely.
Does your boyfriend attend every fight? Is he there, with pride looking on for you?
He is my number one fan. Him and my mom, they are my backbone.
So, Jody, how'd you make it from Spokane to Las Vegas? I mean, were you looking to be a model? You said you were looking to be an actress, a model. I mean, what led you from Spokane to Las Vegas?
None of the above. I actually went to school out at the University of Maine, and I played volleyball out there. While I was out there, I had met a hockey player. I was dating him all through college. He ended up coming to Las Vegas and playing for a team there. And I followed, wasn't sure where my path was going in life, and was really kind of, not sure about anything, what I wanted to do. And so I moved here, and that relationship wasn't for me. And I ended up being able to get a job as a personal trainer. Started doing that for a bit, and then I had been bartending through the summers while at home at college. And I was so lucky to land a job at one of the biggest nightclubs in Las Vegas at the time, and started bartending, and that's what kept me there, and it's been 5 years now.
Nice. Hey, Jody, is your boyfriend shy? Is it okay if I mention his name on the air?
Of course you can.
Because I love his name. I got to tell you her boyfriend's name, right?
Yeah.
Giuseppe Paisano.
No, that's awesome.
Oh, I thought I was Italian, right?
Right.
I thought I came from an Italian background also, and I met him, and I, at first I was like, Giuseppe? Whose name's Giuseppe? And first it was hard for me to wrap my head around, and once I got to know the man, he is the best Italian Giuseppe Pisano I've ever met in my life, and he's incredible. He has the best name I've ever heard.
Right.
I love it.
Pisano is Giuseppe Pisano. Sit down and have some. Oh, that's awesome, dude. We need to change, dude.
And Giuseppe, he's probably intimidated by Jody. I mean, Jody's in the octagon kicking ass.
Right. Yes.
I
will do the dishes tonight. Just don't kick my ass. I love that.
I lay down a lot pretty good sometimes, but
I bet you do. So you guys, when you guys fight, you guys are just doing it in front of cameras, right? There's no live studio audience?
No, we're just in front of the cameras as of right now. I can guarantee, as it gets bigger, people would want it in front of a crowd. But, we're just getting started. We're really trying to just take off right now. And so the more of our listeners tune in and really show that they want to see more and more of us, then that's the way that, we can make it up to Portland to be performing in the theater there that you were talking about.
Right.
Yeah, I did some research, and I guess the owner, she's just a really kick-ass lady.
Yeah.
But she took some heat when she started it.
Yeah.
And just, it doesn't seem like she takes shit from anyone either. I mean, she just kind of went ahead and did her thing.
Good. Yeah.
And, I think it's an original idea.
It is, yeah.
And, I mean, people love, cage fighting these days is popular on its own.
Right.
So you just women in there. I mean, who's not going to want to see that?
Well, yeah, and plus, really, I mean, if you think about it, right, the women who do the UFC and fight and stuff, I mean, they're wearing the shorts and like sport bras anyway, right?
Sure.
So it's not like it's not like they're going in there with full battle gear,
right?
Anyway, so
nothing flops out there that I've seen.
Right. So I mean, there's really not that much of a difference. I mean, the end result is the same,
So Jody, is it? I mean, is it scripted at all? I mean, I don't want to get you in trouble, but I mean, do you know who's going to win before? Is it just the better lady wins that night?
What we do out there is we get in there and we fight, and we're not out there to kill each other or cause a lot of injury. But we're out there on a mission. When you go into a basketball game, do you go out there and is it scripted? No. Do you have plays? Do you have rhyme and reason behind what you do? Yes. So in that light, everything is real. What we do is real. We're in the gym. We're training. We're not out there to just be some prissy girls in a ring wearing lingerie. We really take pride in what we do.
Now, does it pay well? I mean, are you ladies compensated well for fighting?
We're taken very good care of. Ronnie and the whole team, they take care of us, and she's not only a badass woman in general, but she's a mom at heart. She's got such a great spirit about her, and she wouldn't have us do it if they weren't able to fully take care of us. So, in every way, shape, and form that we can be compensated, they do it. They're amazing.
Awesome. Now, does everyone get along? Is it a big love fest, or are there other fighters that are kind of diva-esque that you
grudge?
Maybe you can't say on the air, but are there people, ladies in that you just as soon not talk to?
Well, you know what? With anything in life, you're always going to be in a group of people, just like at work. You don't get to pick all of your coworkers. You don't get to pick your family, but you do get to pick your friends. And all of us surprisingly get along incredibly well, which isn't always, normal with bringing any group of girls together. But Ronnie really handpicked us, and she did a great job finding, personalities that match, and girls with not only heart, but with, athleticism and humor and a genuineness about them. And so we definitely got lucky bringing us all together. Just any girls, there's always some form of drama somewhere along the way, but I'm actually surprised by how little it's been compared to other situations I've been in with groups of girls.
So, Jody, how often do you get back to Spokane? Are you pretty much just stay in Vegas now, or do you ever get back into the Northwest and visit relatives and friends?
I do. I get to go a couple of times a year. I just went. We took a trip back in September. Went for my niece's birthday. It was amazing. Went to a concert as well. And I always go back for Christmas. We've got a 2-week vacation plan, so I get to see them several times a year. But every time I come to Spokane, it's, I remember why. I love it there. And the weather sometimes gets me, but it's the green, the fresh air, and just how beautiful it is. And so I love whenever I get the chance to go back home.
I had a question. We were talking before you called in about the LFC, and, they have the fighter profiles that you can see on there. Again, for all you out there listening, for our listening audience, we're talking to Jody Connacher from the Lingerie Fighting Championships.
Right.
And you're going to want to go to lingerie.fc.com, check it out. But in the profiles, there's a fighter named Sarah D. Now, her nickname is Double D.
Right.
And so, I don't want to be naive.
Yeah.
But,
you think they stand for something?
Yeah, shed light on what that nickname stands for us, Jody.
Are you asking if she has size Double D?
No,
that one that we're getting out of here?
Listen, we just want to know where the nickname comes from.
I think we might leave that one up to the crowd to decide.
Oh.
Is that one, she's got great boobs. I'm not going to lie. All the girls have great boobs.
Wow.
If they're W's, I'm not sure because I don't think I've ever put a set of those in my hands. So maybe.
We got to get a hold of Ronnie Taylor.
Yeah.
We should go down to Vegas and do a live remote from one of the matches.
Nice, yeah.
No, I'm down for it.
It can go live.
I absolutely agree.
Live streaming audio, right? But
yeah.
people, if they want to see it, they're still going to have to buy it.
Of course, yeah.
Because hearing it would be fun, but it's not enough.
No, not.
That would kind of be a teaser. You're
Right.
gonna want to, absolutely contact your cable provider, your satellite dish provider.
Right.
It's all over the place.
Yeah.
And check this out, because quite honestly, I need to check this out when I get home. I think.
You're gonna do
Definitely.
do some research.
Right.
Nice.
Show research.
Right.
Absolutely.
Nice.
So, Jody, how long are you in Hawaii?
We're actually leaving in the morning. We have to be up at like 4:30 a.m. So I think the plan for the night is to go get sushi, get sake bombs, pack while maybe not remembering it all.
Nice.
Wake up in the morning, jump on the flight, sleep the whole way home.
Nice.
All right, and go to the go to your cable company or your satellite company, and get that last leather and lace.
Leather and lace, yes.
And you can watch Jody, the Conquering Angel,
Right.
get her first win.
Nice.
Did you taunt Feather when you won? Did you get in her face and start talking smack?
Well, hence my name is Conquering Angel. I just, I get these urges in me that I want to say something, that's like, I'm big and tough and a badass, but I just can't do it. I'm like, it'll hurt her feelings if I say something too mean to her. So all the thoughts go through my head, and maybe I've got a couple mean eyes, a couple mean stares at her, but I just try to be as genuine and as nice as I can and treat other people how I would want to be treated.
That's
So no, I don't do a lot of taunting.
That's awesome. I'm going to take you out. But we can still go out for a beer afterwards if you
Since that
want.
was a split decision, you don't think Giuseppe...
And I do afterwards. I give Heather a Feather a huge hug, and I was like, "Hey, I'm really sorry about when I was choking you out in that one move. Like, is your neck okay?" So I specifically remember that. Like, I remember I was choking her out, and I was like, "Oh my god, I bet that's really hurt." And then she just smacked me against the fence, and I remember going up to her afterwards, and I was like, "Hey, are you okay?" She's like, "My throat is killing me from that one," and I was like, "I'm so sorry."
It's okay. Let's do lunch.
Hey,
let's do lunch.
You know,
she actually does that. She's a massage on wheels, so I think I'll,
This is a given, but I'm sure Ronnie Taylor from the LFC.
Yeah?
She's got to have a LFC calendar, right, coming out?
Oh, one would think, yeah.
I think she does. I'm pretty sure I heard something about that. I guess that one's a mystery to be exposed. But you guys should reach out to her for that because I am.
Absolutely.
And I like that idea. Who doesn't want one of those? I'll give one, to my boyfriend for Christmas.
Right. Your boyfriend doesn't need one. He's got you full time. What's he need?
Don't you look at February. That's my girlfriend. Right.
Yeah, I'll make a 12-month calendar for him. That's right.
Well, we'd like to thank Giuseppe for allowing Jody on their vacation to call in for a bit and talk to us about the LFC.
And just taking some time out from being in beautiful Hawaii to, chat with us.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much for having me on. I'm so grateful every day, and thank you for reaching out to me. And I hope you guys have a good rest of your night. And it was a pleasure being on your show tonight. Thank you so much,
Jody. Thank you, and we're definitely going to have you on again. So keep kicking ass. Enjoy Hawaii.
Yeah.
And tell Giuseppe we said hello.
I absolutely will. Thank you guys so much. Have a great night.
Thank you, Jody.
Yes, that was Jody Connacher.
From the LFC and fitness.
Right.
She's got a great attitude. If you want to get a hold of her personally for some fitness advice or whatever, then just look up Jody Connacher on Facebook. And you should definitely check out the Lingerie Fighting Championships.